Yeah, so again, just a reminder that these guys are just guys that live in this town, that work in this town, that get harassed by us to be on the stage. That's pretty much what it comes down to. And they're such great sports that they're like, of course we want to support the Raven. It's a fundraiser. So just a reminder, since we're always recruiting, if you know a handsome fellow who's going to be great on stage, please send him our way. Right? Right. All right. We've already recruited a couple of guys tonight. I think guys are more scared of the idea of this show, and then they see it happen. They're like, I could totally do that. I'd be so awesome on stage. That's the guy that I want. So just keep that in mind, if you have a friend or something. All right, so while the voting tabulation sort of finalizes, I wanted to kind of take you guys through all of the fabulous prizes that our contestants and the winning Mr. Healdsburg are going to take home. So first and foremost, we're going to have our fabulous backstage staff, who you haven't had a chance to see, bring out some of the wonderful prizes. The first of all is our Prince Charmings are going to go home with a beautiful dessert from Cousteau Bakery. Yeah, look at that, Cousteau. They're going to get lovely princess cakes. They're so pretty. Thanks, ladies. The other prize they're going to take home is a gift certificate to the wonderful Bean Affair, who, of course, has stellar breakfast. And for fun, the man who takes home the sash and the crown as Mr. Healdsburg 2016 is going to get to team up with Spoon Bar to craft their own cocktail, the Mr. Healdsburg. Kind of fantastic. Mr. Healdsburg, of course, as you know, makes lots of appearances throughout the year. The St. Patty's Day Parade, the FFA Twilight Parade, the Carnival, of course, the Water Carnival, so many wonderful events. So one of these handsome faces is going to be the guy that you will see everywhere. So, hopefully we've done voting right? Before we, of course, announce the top 3 finalists for Mr. Healdsburg, there was one award that we mentioned at the beginning of the show that we must award right now, and that's Mr. Congeniality. Again, this is an award that goes to the guy who's raised the most dollars, the most money. That's the guy that the town is saying, I'm putting my voting dollars in your box because I think you're fantastic and you're the most liked. So, ladies, thank you so much again for being here this evening. You look lovely. Our volunteers, by the way, are super fantastic. So we're going to announce with these beautiful flowers and this fabulous sash, your Mr. Congeniality 2016. Drum roll, please. Nice, guys, nice. Mr. Congeniality 2016, Mr. Meant to Be, Philip Rea. Philip, please take a bow. Show your groove thing. Mr. Congeniality 2016. You can see him almost any day of the week at Bear Republic Brewing Company. Maybe singing a song. Maybe writing Healdsburg's city song. Mr. Congeniality, do you have anything to say?
I absolutely do. This is the award that I did not think possible to win. And wow, so apparently you guys like me. You guys really, really like me. Honestly, because I think that this award means that you guys honestly donated a lot of money to the Raven for me. And that's honestly that's super cool that you guys we like him and also we're gonna give money to the Raven. That's super cool in 2 ways. So honestly, thank you guys so much.
Yeah, Mr. Meant to Be, Philip Rea. Such a great guy. Honestly, I think we really need to talk about that song being part of Healdsburg history. That needs to be somewhere prominently displayed and heard because that was amazing. All right. So now that we've crowned Mr. Congeniality, right? Well, sashed technically. I want to make sure how the tabulations are going. Any sign of them being ready yet? No? Okay, Bueller, great. So actually, what I do want to do at this point is bring out to you the man that has been wearing the crown and the sash and the cape throughout 2015. Yes, yes. He is a talented entertainer, both in the musical and latex sense, as he is a balloon artist. So please put your hands together for Mr. Healdsburg 2015, Bob Baker.
Well, before I get started, I just wanted to bring Samantha some tissues just in case we have any more. I wasn't talking there.
Oh,
Hey, she started it. Well, as you know, many of you know, I drive for UPS here in town, and over the last couple of weeks, many people have asked me, about having to turn over the crown. So I have been in counseling, and my counselor encouraged me to let it go, let it go. So, see, I told you need those.
I don't recommend drinking beer while you're singing Let It Go.
There you go. But it's also given me a time to reflect over the last year, and did have one cute story that I wanted to share, that when we did the Future Farmers Day Parade with my wife, who's seated over here, and my daughter, we were driving through town, and it's amazing. That hometown feeling is just awesome to me. It's what this community is all about, and I get a chance to see that every day. So I have my cape on, I have my crown on, and I'm waving to the crowd. And this little girl, about 4 years old, she's with her parents and so forth, and she waves at me, and I wave back, and she goes, "Hi, King." So now I'm affectionately known at home as the King. So this is a song that I wrote that encapsulates parts of the last year, and really my heart behind why I did it, which is for the kids in the community and knowing that they can come and enjoy all the amazing things that happen here at the Raven. Did I feel the love of the past year? It's enough to make this blue-eyed delivery man well up in tears. Lots of adulation everywhere I go. It has caused my heart to expand and grow. The spirit of community is alive and well, and it's because of your generosity, and it is really swell. Can you see this theater filled with kids, having their minds open to the arts? And what if it's a possibility that this is where they start? Dreams and aspirations, that's what this is about. Believing for transformed lives, that is worth a shout. And then one day, as I stand on this stage, reflecting about their past, I believe they would express with a heart of gratitude. Thank you to all who stood in the gap and helped this dream come true. Thank you all for hearing my heart and being willing to do your part. If I could say just one more thing, it's been great to be your king.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Healdsburg 2015. Oh, Bob Baker. This guy's so fantastic. I want to chat with you a little bit. Just with this, obviously this song was so well written, and I love that you're just like, I'm going to write a song to Can You Feel the Love Tonight, and sorry you know, I'm gonna do it, guys. You're wonderful.
Well, thank you. I've had a lot of support
Totally.
along the way. Obviously, my wife and my daughter have been able to enjoy this experience with me and get to meet some amazing people along the way. So we're really grateful for that and the new experiences that we've been able to have. And I credit all these guys here for being willing to do something beyond yourselves. This is about the community. You guys have embraced that. You mentioned that, John, and I really appreciate that.
Now, tell me what your favorite part about having been Mr. Healdsburg was. Like, what's the one thing that you're just like, I'm gonna hold on to this? I know it's hard.
From day one, it's just everywhere I go. Mr. H, Mr. Healdsburg, how you doing? I mean, even to this day, it's still amazing, and I've got to meet many new people along the way because of that.
And you realize that being Mr. Healdsburg, you're like the president. Like, once a Mr. Healdsburg, always a Mr. Healdsburg,
Yes,
right? I mean, it's never gonna go away.
No. You say that, and I see a lot of other Mr. Healdsburgs that are out represented in the crowd tonight, and it just shows their commitment to the Raven and what this is all about, that they're willing to come back year after year and give of themselves financially and so forth to be here. So it's awesome.
Thank you so much. You're such a fantastic Mr. Healdsburg. Bob Baker, Mr. Healdsburg 2015. All right, guys. We're one step closer to finding out who will be crowned Mr. Healdsburg 2016. In no particular order, I will be calling out the 3 contestants that have taken the place in the top 3 position. Are you ready? Are you ready? Bring it on. Mark's like, I don't know. All right, in no particular order. Your first finalist for Mr. Healdsburg 2016, Mark Blanchard, Mr. Tuesday Night. Your second contestant, the second finalist for Mr. Healdsburg 2016 is Philip Rea, Mr. Meant to Be. This guy. And our third contestant to take the top 3 in Mr. Healdsburg 2016 is Mike Price. Mr. Price is right. Well done, fine sirs. You are one step closer to the crown and the cape. All right? So here's what's going to happen. Here's how this party goes down. I've got 4 envelopes. Each of these contestants will take an envelope. You're going to open the envelope and hang on to the question. I'm going to read you the question, and based on this question, the judges will continue to add one final vote to your tabulations. Okay? One final score, I should say. I'm respecting those.
No, I'm just saying I really respect those. I put them on the floor, but I'm really thankful for those.
All right, are you ready to pick one of these? Oh, no worries.
Take that one too? Can I just...
No. Go ahead and open that and hand me the question.
Oh, I answer it right here, right now.
Oh, right here, right now. This shit's real. All right, are you ready for this? He has no idea I've taken the question away. He's like, damn it, I almost looked. Philip, Mr. Rea, Mr. Congeniality. What are you really bad at, but love anyway?
Oh my God.
Just take a second.
Things come to mind that I can't say on stage. Wow, but let me think. I'm really bad at, but I love doing. Oh my God. Jesus. So I think I said it on stage that the bicyclists they like to go wide. I had a bicycle and I would ride it to work sometimes, and the people that would actually ride bikes would literally blow past me at insane speeds, and I would just like look at them and just be like, wow, you're good at this. Like, you must do this kind of as a thing. And I was like in like a hat and like jean shorts and was just like going so slow. Apparently, I thought I was cooking. I was like, dude, I'm gonna get to work in like 45 minutes. These people are like going so fast. So I mean, but I guess I don't even like to do that. But that's my answer. Thank you guys so much. Woo!
Mr. Congeniality, Mr. Meant to Be, Philip Rea. Thank you, sir. Mr. Price is right. You are next. Please choose an envelope and hand me the question inside. He's like, where's the puppy when you need him? All right. I think this is a good question. Here we go. When you look back on your life so far, what in particular amazes you the most and why? Keep it together, ladies. Damn it. I can't take you anywhere.
Well, you know what amazes me the most out of my life is one, Brian Crabb and Jonah Brem for putting on a show like they did today. Number two, that, Mr. Healdsburg has been a lifetime goal for me since I was a kid. And just to be here on stage just amazes me. And the fact that I'm going out to John and Zeke's with my other friends is pretty amazing within itself. So,
thank you, sir. You've been a fabulous contestant. Mr. Price is right. Mike Price. Mr. Blanchard. Mr. Tuesday Night. This is a moment of truth. You have two questions to choose from. Go ahead and open that and hand me the question inside. Remember, there is no wrong answer. All right, here we go. I can take that envelope for you, sir. Okay, if you could gain one quality or ability from someone else in your family, what would it be and why would you want it? Maybe they're like, I don't know, they can fly or something.
So my mother is my personal hero. My mother was born in Hong Kong into poverty, came to America and made an amazing life for herself. My mother is currently a successful stockbroker despite the fact that she came to America with a 5th grade education and English as a second language. She is a great inspiration to me. She's the reason why I dare to dream, but if I could take any trait from my mother, it would be her strength to defy all odds and dream big and chase after things that seem improbable in her life, and she's accomplished more than anyone in her position could ever dream to accomplish, and she is a constant inspiration to me every single day.
Well done. Mr. Tuesday Night, Mark Blanchard. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for your top 3 from Mr. Healdsburg 2016. Gentlemen, well done. I'm going to have you go back and take a seat with your fellow contestants. What I'd like to do now is something we love doing every year, because every year they come out to support their fellow man. There are quite a few of former Mr. Healdsburgs and Mr. Healdsburg contestants in the audience. And I'd like to invite you guys all to come up and join me on stage. Tej, that's you, yeah. Barrett Smith, please come on up. Chris Harrod, I saw you in the audience. All of you guys that are out here tonight, please join me on stage. Xerxes, I'm so glad you're here. Yes, Xerxes. Carlos, my friend. Oh, these guys. Ladies and gentlemen, these are your Mr. Healdsburgs. Yeah. That's a good-looking group. I love that every year this is a reunion. You guys always show up and you're like, oh man, I haven't seen you in so long. And you live down the street from each other.
It's like a sacred brethren sort of situation with these guys, yeah.
Hi.
My man Mike was supposed to be here, but he had to go home and tend to the goats? The chickens.
Oh, that's right, he did. Yeah. It sounds like you have been screaming way too much tonight, babe.
So, my man, hey, so I love all these guys right here, right now. Even though my man Mark is killing it, but all these guys, I am looking forward to meeting them because they're amazing. Yo, Mr. Personality, you my boy. Are we related? I feel like we're related. I feel like we're related. I want to be best
All right,
friends with all of them.
I'm gonna like no. I want you to talk. I just want you to like not strain your voice. So we're gonna talk.
It's gonna happen anyway.
We're gonna talk like right here.
Happen anyway, love.
Okay, we're gonna talk like right here. First of all, it's so wonderful to see you in Healdsburg today. When I was getting ready for the show, I'm running around with our makeup artist, Jennifer, and she's like, oh my God, we gotta get some food because you gotta look hot tonight. I run into this guy actually across from Circumference Imports. Faye is out here if you don't know Faye and her fabulous shop. We were at the corner of her shop in Healdsburg, and this guy comes rolling up on his bike, and I'm like, oh my God, Tej, because I'm like all fangirl about it. And it's so great to see you in town. I love that you come out and you support these guys. Tell me a little bit about the vibe you're picking up from the show.
First off, these guys are amazing. My voice is shot. My voice is shot. I'm kind of drunk.
This is my surprised face.
Well, let's be real, I'm for show drunk. My boys right here are doing a great job entertaining me. They're all entertaining you.
Do you, without naming names, are you feeling like there's like a really strong front runner by chance?
All I know is I want to be best friends with all of them.
I think that's a great answer, because I concur.
All I know is your firstborn's going to be named after me because we're going to be best friends. We're going to be best friends. My boy right here is wearing his white shoes. Yo, dude, we got wearing white sneaks. My man right here, my boy, Mr. Personality's got it figured out.
All right, so Tej wants to take all of them home. That's what we've gathered. I'm going to move on to Mr. Healdsburg 2012. Chris Herod, how are you?
Oh, I'm great. I'm having a great time. Thank you.
By the way, your lovely wife, Brianna, was volunteering tonight, and we're so thankful for families like theirs. They're Mr. Healdsburgs. They're volunteering. I love it. So you've watched this whole show. What are your thoughts on tonight? What are your thoughts on the talent?
You know, this is the first show I've come to where I didn't know any of these guys personally. And so I was like, blank slate and amazing. Really, one of the best shows I've ever seen here. And it's a tough choice, and I'm really anxious to see. I've got my favorite, but I'm anxious to see who wins it. It's going to be fun.
All right, thank you for your input. I appreciate that. This guy, let's hug it out. So I want to make one point is this is my 7th year doing Mr. Healdsburg. I'm so excited about that because I used to work in radio. Sadly, the radio station that I worked for shut down. But the best part and the best thing I think that I got out of it was this. I love doing Mr. Healdsburg every year. It's something that I feel so fondly in my heart for because I love this community. And this guy happened to make my what do you call it? My debut. Yes, thank you. And I have a very soft spot in my heart for him.
As they say, there's nothing like the first time.
There's nothing like you are my first time, Xerxes. Thank you.
And you'll never forget. And I would like one thing that shows how old and how distinguished I am is one of the contestants was one of my former students on the
Who was a student? Philip Rea? Fantastic. Mr. Congeniality. I love it so much. Oh my God. Xerxes, okay, yeah. So it's so good to see you. You never fail to surprise me. Thank you for being you.
Baby.
Very little makes me blush. Xerxes Whitney's, ladies and gentlemen. We've talked to this guy tonight. Are there any other remarks that you would like to make about what happened tonight on stage here?
I just really appreciate the time and effort that they put in. It was original. It was fun. The crowd crowd had a lot of fun, and I hope to get to know these guys as well.
Absolutely. Bob Baker, Mr. Healdsburg 2015. Carlitos. How are you?
¿Cómo estás?
Muy bien, gracias. ¿Y tú?
I'm well. I'm well.
¿Tu esposa? ¿Tu familia? ¿Todos por allá? Familia Chávez. Buenas noches. Oh, sorry, this is an English show.
How are you?
I'm well. How are you?
Great to see you.
You too. Oh, by
Nice.
the way, my other half and some family recently drank our Chávez wine, and it was spectacular.
You too.
We had the Carlin's blend, by the way, which was stellar.
Thank you. We continue to make a good product.
If you haven't been over to Chavez, I highly recommend it. These guys are super fantastic. It's a family-run operation, and they're all right here in Healdsburg, so you got to support local.
Gracias. Thanks.
So tell me about what you thought about the show tonight. Very, very many different personalities. I don't want to ask again names, but do you have kind of like a favorite you're feeling?
Yeah. Tonight was awesome. Actually,
Rein it in.
so tonight we're doing what we're supposed to do. We're bringing money to the theater. The theater is giving back to the community. The community is bringing in people to see the theater. The theater is making people be better citizens of our world.
Thank you, sir. Well said. You guys, again, I love this show so much. Every year that we get to do this and bring you more fabulous sort of creams of the crop, if you will, of this town, it's just another year that I get to count myself lucky. Yeah, you want?
So in the end, it's six guys. 6 awesome guys over there doing what I did 2 years ago, what you did a year ago, making fun for you guys, but at the same time making sure that we support this theater. Because without it, without you guys and us, this theater will be having financial times maybe, but let's bring some money to it so that
No, sorry, I don't want to cut you off.
so that we can so that our community can actually use this space for the better of what our kids are growing up to be. Being in theater makes you be able to stand up and not be worried about what you're going to say. I was in theater back in the days when I was young, and you can stand up and say hello to everybody even though you can't see anyone. Carol, you can't see anyone, right? You can still say, I did my job, thank you. So thank you guys for supporting the theater.
And that's, I love that he's made that point, because it really needs to be said that this theater is funded solely, the doors stay open with your donations, with events like this. When people buy tickets to the shows, when people buy tickets to the plays, when they donate to support a Mr. Healdsburg, that's what keeps the door open. So we honestly, we would not be here without you guys. So for all of you that come out every year, thank you so much. A round of applause for your former Mr. Healdsburgs. Mr. Healdsburg, may I please invite you to grab your crown, your cape. This is the last time that you're going to be wearing it. Yeah, I know. It's a really intense moment. Sir, you look stunning. Are you ready to pass on the cape and the crown?
Yes, I'm ready, and I hope and believe that they have a great year like I have as well.
I think we're ready to do right by this town. Are you ready? One more time, because that was kind of weak. Healdsburg, are you ready? Your Mr. Healdsburg 2016, Mr. Meant to Be Philip Reyes!
Now, usually I don't do this, but Go ahead on, break them off with a little previews of the remix. Now I'm not trying to be rude, but hey, pretty girl, I'm feeling you. The way you do the things you do reminds me of my Lexus cool. That's why I'm all up in your grill, trying to get you to a hotel.
Your round of applause for the man who will wear the crown in 2016, Philip Rea, Mr. Meant to Be.
Running her hands through my fro, bouncing on 24.
Thank you so much for supporting the Raven Theater for the Performing Arts. To our volunteers, our sound crew, our lighting crew, and every man that had the balls to come out and dance for you tonight. Thank you so much for supporting Mr. Healdsburg. We'll see you guys at John and Zeke's.
Bounce, 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 bounce.